very bad way for a young guy to finish up his season on where everything went well. He is a bright young player. I don't think the Cardinals feel like they could have gotten here without him. He filled a big hole at short for them, but a very poor night for him afield. Cosma takes a fastball low from Lopez.
Now we saw with Brooks Conrad, Atlanta NLDS 2010. This game can be cruel.
Cosma 0 for 3 at the plate tonight. Takes a called strike on the outside. Giants bullpen is quiet. The rain is falling. Steady, but still not a downpour, just a steady rain, a shower. The 1-1 pitch, reached for and grounded foul over to the Cardinal dugout, first base side, and it's 1-2. 9-0 Giants. Schumacher, a left-handed hitter, is on deck. The pitch. Low for a ball. 2-2 the count. Got two lefties coming up after the right-handed hitting Cosma. 9 runs, 14 hits for the Giants. No runs, 7 hits for the Cardinals. There's a ball just off the outside. Fastball missing. And that's a full count.
Hear the crowd moan as they thought that pitch was close. And it was a coin toss. It could have been called a strike.
3-2 the count. Here's the pitch. And a pop foul back through the rain into the second deck. Such an odd scene here, where rain is usually not a part of the scene at AT&T Park. But there's pretty good rain falling right now. And like Mike said, nobody cares. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and he walks him way outside.
The last thing that Javier Lopez wanted to do with a 9-0 lead. And with that walk, very quickly, Sergio Romo has got up and he's headed down to the Giants bullpen. It is an honor to throw the last pitch of a series that clinches a pennant or an NLDS, NLCS, a World Series, whatever. I mean, that's an honor. Javier Lopez does not want to lose that.
Schumacher, the hitter, left-handed batter, and he takes up and in for ball 1. Javier Lopez doesn't often get warmed up, come in and get an out, and then sit in the dugout and then go back out for the next inning. That's not usually part of the routine with him. He misses inside again, and it's 2-0. And what about the mound now with this light but steady rain falling?
Well, I haven't seen any shine on the mound. There hasn't been any slippage. It's good.
2-0 pitch. In for a called strike. Fastball in there, and it's 2-1. John Jay, another lefty, is on deck. Here's Lopez. He throws, and is swinging a little chop back over the head of Posey and toward the backstop. And the count is 2-2.
John Lopez, remember, he had an awful outing in a Laffer game in South Florida. And we even said at the time it's going to take him a long time to chisel away at the ERA. He ended up this year with a 2.50 ERA.
He really, the last half of the season especially, was just lights out most of the time. The pitch, swinging a slow chop toward the middle, over near second. Scudero has it, the second one, and no chance to double up. Schumacher, who runs well. And when Scudero shoveled that ball to Crawford, he was, 7-8 feet away from Crawford. So Cosma forced out at second.
You have to get one out for sure.
One out, a runner at first, and here is the leadoff man, John Jay. He's had a single and a walk tonight. 1 for 3 officially. 1 hit, 3 official at bats. The Giants are 2 outs away from winning the National League pennant. Here's the stretch. Lopez throws. Swinging a foul off the left field line through the rain and well back into the lower deck. And the rain's getting heavy now. It's a heavy rain falling. Listen to the crowd cheer the rain.
It's getting close to where they're going to call time here.
crazy. And it is really pouring now. Lopez comes in. Swing. And a foul down the right field line. And it's 0-2.
A lot of distraction out there if you're Javier Lopez.
Yeah, you almost have to speed things up a little bit.
We are in a downpour now with one out in the ninth inning. Runner at first. The pitch. Low for the ball.
Very hard to get a grip on a wet baseball.
Wet baseball. How's that mound look to you now in terms of the footing?
It's got some shine on it. Just walk around and switch the rosin bag trying to get a grip. And it's let up a little bit here rain-wise, but conditions are not good.
He just got a new baseball, and he put it between his legs to dry it off.
It's the only dry spot you got on your uni.
Now the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Strike three call to the outside corner. One out away now. The Giants are one out away from beating the Cardinals, who won the World Series last year and who have come so close to getting there again to a Game 7 here at AT&T Park, a winner-take-all game. Carlos Beltran comes up now. Maybe Bochy might have brought in Romo, but with this heavy rain, he may well have thought better of it now. Beltran batting right-handed, 2 down. The pitch outside for ball 1.
Gary Darling, the plate umpire and the crew chief, is not going to call this game. He wants it to progress, even in this rain.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Outside again, and Lopez looked down at the mound where he seemed to slip just a little bit. Now he goes back, tries to dislodge the mud from his spikes on the back slope of the mound.
And we're starting to see shiny spots all across the infield now as the rain accumulates.
2-0 the count. 2 down in the ninth. Here's the pitch. Way outside, and he's having a hard time, I think, at his landing spot now, Mike. Again, he looked back at that spot and frowned, kicked at it. 3-0 the count. Matt Holliday is on deck. He would be next. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike on the outside. Rarely do you see a game still being played in heavy rain like this.
Yeah, this is a rarity. And you know how bad these umpires want to get this thing over with.
The score and the moment have everything to do with that. Here's the 3-1 pitch. He walks him. It's outside.
And here comes Bruce Bochy. They're going to Romo.
With the right-handed hitting, Matt Holliday coming up, Romo will be brought into the game. Now, there was no big rainstorm that was supposed to come in and lay in for a long, long while until later tonight. But as Romo comes in, the grounds crew goes out to the mound with a rake to try and tend to the mound area. They had a big bag full of that water-absorbent sand-like material. Somebody waved them off, and now a couple of the umpires say, no, get out there with that. Because they saw Javier Lopez having a very difficult time with his footing and his landing spot as he was trying to throw those pitches.
It's just conditions that you would never, ever see here in California, ever. I mean, and if it rains like this, they're bringing the tarp out, and you're talking about at least 45-minute delay. So the umpires trying everything that they can do to try and get this game to continue. And they're going to bring out some turpus, which are the big bags of sand that they're going to start dumping on some of the shiny spots of the infield. So they're going to try and do a quick fix. And luckily, Mother Nature has let up just a little bit. Guys, 1 out away, and they're going to have to continue to wait. In the meantime, with Sergio Romo coming in, when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up with Smog Experts.
Well, a lot of things going on. Buster Posey just asked the bat boy to come out with a towel because his equipment is soaked. The Turfus now is being raked around home plate and certainly in front of the mound. And the other problem is going to be ground balls to an infielder because they're going to pick up a very wet baseball. And what you always kind of hope for is that you have a force play. In this particular case that they do. And now it's starting to rain even harder. And Romo's trying to get loose as fast as he can just to get this game going again. And I'm watching third base umpire. That would be Ted Barrett, the umpire down the left field line, as he's taking a look at the infield. And there's puddles now between first and second base.
I can't believe
they need to get this game started right now. Because the longer it goes, we're going to be in a rain delay. I've never seen a game be played where there are puddles. And there's a good long puddle between first and second base.
The only time I've ever seen it was in Game 5 of the 2008 World Series in Philadelphia. The Phillies were leading 2-1. It was a clinching game for them. It was the 6th inning, and the conditions were much like this. And we didn't know that the commissioner had already decided that the game was going to be played to its conclusion. But somehow Tampa Bay scored a run in the 6th inning, and then the umpires stopped it with the score tied.
Well, if this ball is put in play and the play is not made, then they will stop the game.
I agree with you. Romo gets one shot to end this right now.
Here is Romo. 2 men on, 2 men out in the 9th inning. Matt Holliday. A swing and a foul. A foul tip off of either Posey or the umpire. It rolled out in front of home plate into the muck and the mire. Strike one.
And Romo's going through his routine, and I get that, but he also needs to speed it up a little bit.
He walked off the mound onto the grass, and he's holding that baseball out behind his right hip in the rain. Here's his stretch. 1 strike delivery. Slider. Foul back to the screen. Strike 2.
Every infielder is praying for a strikeout.
Not only would be a great way for the Giants to win the pennant, but perhaps at this point the only way.
And Romo being very deliberate. Now he starts his ascent up the mound from the first base side. And the Cardinals down to the last strike.
2 down, 2 on. 9-0 Giants. The pitch way outside and a wild pitch to the backstop. And the runners will advance. Another new baseball sent to Romo. So a very bizarre scene here. With 2 down in the 9th inning. The rain has let up a little bit, but still a steady rain. And no force play. No force play. If it's a ground ball, it has to be a throw to first. Here's the stretch. And Romo delivers. Slider popped up. Scutero at second. Under it. Backpedals. He's got it. The Giants win the pennant. For the 22nd time in the long history of the Giants, they have won the National League pennant. And they did it the hard way for sure. They did it in a way that nobody's ever done before. They had to win 6 must-win games, facing elimination to do it. 3 times against the Reds, and now 3 more times against the Cardinals. 1 game away from being sent home for a long winter. 6 times, and the Giants won all 6. The Giants are the champions of the National League. Fireworks go off out from McCovey Cove as the Giants meet out on the wet infield to celebrate. They have won the National League pennant. They are going to the World Series. The Giants and the Detroit Tigers, for the first time in the histories of either franchise, will be facing one another on baseball's biggest stage, the World Series, and that starts right here, weather permitting, the night after tomorrow.